Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Gonna give you a review on Manchester United's summer transfer window. I thought Manchester United enjoyed a very good summer transfer window. Manchester United made 4 signings. We brought Tom Heaton in on a 3 from Aston Villa. We brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. We brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid, and we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. And we spent around 140 million. It was just disappointing that we didn't get a midfielder. The summer transfer window closed yesterday at 11 o'clock. Solskjaer was very pleased with our summer transfer business. Solskjaer received the backing he deserved. Our owners, the Glazers, backed him only because they'd been persuaded to, because towards the end of last season a lot of United fans protested against the Glazers at Old Trafford because the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. But Solskjaer did reveal that the Glazers apologised. And he said towards the end of last season the Glazers could have been forced to sell Man United, but for only £4 billion. Don't forget, back in June, which was earlier on this year, Joe Glazer did attend a fans forum and he promised Manchester United supporters that Solskjaer would have got the funds that were available. The Glazers have been at Manchester United for 16 years. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. But they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time because they've put Manchester United in so much debt. John Murtough, he played a part in getting Solskjaer the players that he wanted in. Had a few meetings before. John Murtough is our director of football, and Man United certainly made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes that we needed at the club. Obviously, Darren Fletcher played a part as well. Darren Fletcher's part of the club. Darren Fletcher knows the club through thick and thin anyway, because he endured 2 decades as a player for Man United. Woodward, he stood by Solskjaer. He said several times before that I'd back Solskjaer, and when we was enduring them bad periods under Solskjaer, Woodward assured that Solskjaer's job was safe. Woodward's leaving Man United. It got announced he was leaving when that European Super League came into the equation. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. And Matt Judge is part of the club. Manchester United sold Daniel James to Leeds in the summer transfer window. The reason we sold Daniel James is because we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo. Leeds got him for 25 million and he signed a 5-year contract at Leeds, and he will wear the number 20 shirt. He'll get a lot more chances at Leeds, so we made the right decision by offloading him. James actually started 2 of our first 3 league games. He was the only player we sold though in the summer transfer window. We loaned quite a few players out. We loaned Brandon Williams out to Norwich. We loaned Ethan Laird out to Swansea. We loaned Andres Pereira out to Flamengo. We loaned Axel Tuanzebe out to Aston Villa. We loaned Tahiv Chong out to Birmingham. And we loaned Facundo Pellistri out to Alaves. Obviously, Lingard is staying at Manchester United, which I'm disappointed about because I wanted him to leave. There's a good chance Lingard will go in January, if not January next summer. West Ham wanted Jesse Lingard. Now, it said on Sunday that West Ham were planning to make a £15 million bid for Lingard. He says Everton were also planning to make an offer. We wanted 25 million for Lingard. Now, a few weeks ago, West Ham's first team coach, Stuart Pearce, said that West Ham wanted to sign Lingard and he mentioned that he was a special lad. Last season, Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. Lingard's current contract at Man United expires next year. I gave you the news on Anthony Martial yesterday. Anthony Martial rejected the chance to join Lyon on loan on deadline day. So Martial will be staying at Manchester United until at least January. You know what? I'm expecting Martial to leave next year. Obviously, before the start of the season, Solskjaer refused to sell Anthony Martial because he's part of his plans this season. Martial isn't good enough to represent the club. Martial has been at Manchester United for 6 years. He's got 3 years left on his contract and he receives £200,000 a week. Martial has scored 78 goals for Man United in all competitions. We got him in a deal worth 58 million from Monaco back in 2015. Last season he was out with a knee injury for a while. Just want to give you some news, by the way, on Donnie Van Der Beek. Everton were close to signing Donnie Van Der Beek on loan, but Solskjaer blocked Donnie Van Der Beek's move, and Donnie Van Der Beek wanted to go out on loan. We should have let him go, because Donnie Van Der Beek is not getting enough game time at Manchester United. So quite clearly he's unhappy. This is Van Der Beek's second full season at Man United. You know, last season he made 36 appearances for us in all competitions. Most of them appearances came from the bench. Van Der Beek started just 4 games in the league last season. I haven't really had much of a perception on him at Man United, but in general he's a good player. We got him in a deal worth 40 million from Ajax, with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025. And he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Phil Jones, I'm expecting us to offload him in January or next summer. He said when the transfer window was open that Phil Jones is set to stay at Man United this season after Solskjaer told him he remains part of his plans. Jones made his comeback from injury in that behind closed doors game against Burnley. Jones was out with a knee injury for a while. Jones has always been inconsistent. He's the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. Phil Jones has endured 10 years at Manchester United. So he's been a long-serving player. Diego Dalot. I think there's a good chance he'll go in January or next summer. Obviously, Diego Dalot is staying for now. Sky Sports News and the Manchester Evening News confirmed that not so long ago. But it did say towards the end of the window that Borussia Dortmund were in talks to sign Diego Dalot. So Dortmund were interested in a loan with an option to buy next summer. I think there was also 2 other clubs that were in for Diego Dalot. Diego Dalot was out on loan with AC Milan last season. And he did well throughout pre-season for us, to be fair. We got him 3 years ago from Porto. We paid 19 million for him. And he's under contract with Man United until 2023. He's our backup right back to Wan-Bissaka. Nemanja Matic. There's a good chance we'll offload him next year. Because I've got my strong reservations about Matic. He's always been a static midfielder. He's ageing up. And plus he's not one of our first choice midfielders. But despite that, he still seems to get his chances. Matic has been at Man United for like 4 years. We got him for 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. We certainly overpaid for him. I'm expecting us to offload Fred in January or next summer because Fred isn't good enough to represent the club. You know, Fred was very poor against Wolves last weekend, gave the ball away countless times. He looked poor off the ball, and Fred was also very poor against Southampton. We overpaid for Fred, got him in a deal worth 50 million from Shakhtar Donetsk. Lindelof, he's another player I'm expecting us to offload next year. Lindelof isn't good enough to represent the club. Lindelof's always been a static centre-half, makes too many mistakes. And plus, he's going to find it hard to get in the team now anyway because of the arrival of Varane. Obviously, Varane and Harry Maguire are our first choice centre-halves. Lindelof isn't even reliable to be our backup. And Juan Mata, I'm expecting him to leave next summer when his contract expires. Earlier on this year, Juan Mata signed a 1-year contract extension. I was disappointed that we didn't sell him in the summer transfer window. It's pointless in being here. You know, Juan Mata doesn't really get in our 11. He's ageing up and he has lost that yard of pace. Well, at the first part of last season, Juan Mata rejected an 18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. But Mata's had a good career at Man United. He's endured 7 years at the club. We got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2014. There's a very, very good chance that Paul Pogba is going to leave Man United on the 3 next summer. Now, Marca said the other week that Paul Pogba told his agent Mino Raiola that he wants to play for Real Madrid. He said he won't extend his contract with Man United and he'll leave on a free in 2022. Sky Sports said not so long ago that Pogba's very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer when his contract expires, and it actually said Pogba is set to join PSG on a 3 because PSG are pushing to sign Pogba next summer. And it said PSG are prepared to offer Pogba £510,000 a week in wages to prize him away from Man United. PSG couldn't get him when the summer transfer window was open, because obviously PSG got Lionel Messi. But the other week, Solskjaer said that talks were ongoing with Pogba's representatives to persuade Pogba to sign a new Man United contract, and Solskjaer mentioned that he was not worried about Pogba's contract situation, and it said from The Athletic, we were set to give Pogba a new contract worth £400,000 a week. He receives $290,000 a week at the moment. Sky Sports said before the start of the season that Pogba sees a long-term future at Man United but may wait on the contract extension. And Pogba rejected a new contract at Man United before the start of the season. Sky Sports said that Pogba was increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract. But Solskjaer revealed, didn't he, that he had positive talks with Pogba over his future. So far this season, Pogba's got 5 assists. He got 4 assists against Leeds and he got 1 assist against Southampton. So he's enjoyed a pretty good start to the season. Weren't great against Wolves though. Lost possession too easily and gave the ball away a few times. He was poor in the first half against Wolves, but when Cavani came on, he did look better. Pogba produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season. But at one point last season, he was out with a thigh injury for a while, and he sustained some ankle injuries at Man United. Mino Raiola has been working hard to get Pogba out of the club. You know, he did a lot of talking last season, didn't he? He made the announcement back in December last year regarding Pogba. He said Pogba's career at Man United was over. He said he was unhappy and he had to leave and he had no intentions of extending his contract. Solskjaer was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement. Mino Raiola doesn't have a good relationship with the club, so obviously we're very critical of him. This is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. You know, he's won 3 trophies at the club. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid $89 million for him. We had Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. So there you go. Manchester United though have got a very, very good squad now. It's a title winning squad, so the time for excuses is over. This season is absolutely massive for Solskjaer, and he is aware of that. Solskjaer definitely has to win a trophy this season to basically save his job, because Solskjaer's not won a trophy yet as Manchester United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, and that's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. Obviously there is United fans that are sceptical we're going to win a title under Ole. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, and before the start of the season, Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes. What an achievement it would be for Solskjaer if he was to win the Premier League this season. This is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager. Solskjaer has managed over 150 games as Man United manager in all competitions. He's managed 100 games in the Premier League as Man United manager. That game against Wolves last weekend was his 100th Premier League game. But despite Man United enjoying a good window, it doesn't change my perception on Ole. I still don't think he's the long-term manager for Man United. And I still think there's United fans that will agree with me on that aspect. But like I've said to you before, when we have been inconsistent, and when we are inconsistent, not all the blame stems from Ollie. He's accountable for certain things, but obviously, like I've said, there's still certain players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club. And like I said, I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. I've told you my two biggest concerns about Ollie is his decision making, because analysing the vast majority of his games at Man United, he's been tactically naive. And he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, which is a concern. But that doesn't mean he can't succeed as Man United manager because he hasn't got a proven pedigree. You know, before he was with us, he was at Mould. He won a few Norwegian titles at Mould, but they're not a big club. He enjoyed 2 spells at Mould, and before Mould he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was disastrous. Don't forget though, Ollie managed Man United reserve team for a couple of years, so he watched some of the team grow and develop. But reflecting now on Solskjaer's been with us, he has gained some managerial experience and he's learnt a few different things on the job. Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United now for almost 3 years. But whatever happens regarding Solskjaer, we'll always adore him because at the end of the day he's a club legend. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Ferguson's guidance. Ollie's most iconic moment as a player was when he scored the winning goal in Champions League final in 1999, because obviously Solskjaer won us the treble, and that's obviously the club's greatest achievement. But you know what? These quite a lot of things I've got to credit Ollie for. You know, since he's come in, he has made good signings. Solskjaer has signed 14 players in total as Manchester United manager, and he's spent around 441 million in total. So in the summer of 2019, Ollie brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January 2020, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odi Ighalo in on loan. But obviously we let Ighalo go in January this year. In the summer of 2020, Ollie brought Edison Cavani in, Donnie Van Der Beek, Alex Telles, Imad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri, where we loaned Pellistri out in the summer transfer window. In the summer of 2020, we got 4 of those players on deadline day. In the summer transfer window of 2021, Solskjaer brought Tommy in, Jadon Sancho, Rafael Varane, and obviously Cristiano Ronaldo. Solskjaer's also got rid of a lot of players since he's come in, which he knew he had to do. He's got rid of quite a lot of players permanently. The players he's let go permanently, if I can remember them all, obviously let Ashley Young go, let Valencia go, let Smalling go. And that trio were long-serving players at the club. You know, he let Darmian go, he let Angel Gomez go, he let Fellaini go, he let Herrera go, let Lukaku go, let Sanchez go, let Ighalo go like I mentioned. Released Sergio Romero and released Joel Pereira. Also let Fossa Mensah go and let Marcus Rojo go. And Daniel James in the last summer transfer window. But Ollie's also loaned quite a few players out. Obviously, some players have gone back out on loan, and some players obviously returned from their loan spells. You can see progress has been made under Ollie, because Ollie has got us to like semi-finals, got us to 3 semis in his first full season, got us to the EFL Cup semi last season. You know, Ollie got us to the Europa League final last season. That Europa League final was his first major final as Man United manager, and he got us to the FA Cup quarter-finals, so there you go. Ollie got us a 2nd place finish last season, a 3rd place finish in his first full season. We are unbeaten in our last 28 Premier League away games, reflecting on that 1-0 win against Wolves last weekend. So now obviously we've overtaken Arsenal's record. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. He's got a lot of trustworthy in his young players, and Ollie has more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including young players like he showed he would do when he got appointed in as Man United manager. So they are the positives, and like I've said to you, I've criticised Solskjaer a hell of a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United, but despite that, I think he's our best manager since Ferguson. Solskjaer did say the other week that he wants new contracts for 5 players. That's Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Marcus Rashford, Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. To be fair, we have extended a lot of players' contracts since Solskjaer came in. Now, Man United do play Newcastle at Old Trafford after the international break. I'm expecting Manchester United to win that game. Cristiano Ronaldo will be making his debut for Man United against Newcastle. Solskjaer confirmed after the 1-0 win against Wolves that Cristiano Ronaldo will play as a centre forward. Now, yesterday, Cristiano Ronaldo completed a return to Manchester United. So it was official. Cristiano Ronaldo signed a 2-year contract with Man United with an option of a 3rd year. Ronaldo will receive £480,000 a week, so he's obviously the highest earner at Old Trafford. Man United agreed a fee of €15 million with a further €8 million in add-ons. So that's €23 million in total. That equates to around 19.7 million in pounds sterling. And Ronaldo completed his medical on Monday. Ronaldo could play for Man United until he's almost 40. He's 36 at the moment, but I think Ronaldo is going to do well in his 2nd spell at Manchester United. Can't believe he re-signed him after 12 years. It got announced last Friday that Man United reached an agreement with Juventus to re-sign Cristiano Ronaldo. Because last week, Cristiano Ronaldo left Juventus training. He was there for about 40 minutes and he made it clear to Juventus that he wanted to leave. Juventus actually said they wanted £25 million, but obviously we've got him for a lot less than £25 million. In Solskjaer's press conference prior to the game against Wolves, though, he made a public plea for Cristiano Ronaldo to rejoin Manchester United. Man City were the favourites to get him though, weren't they? You know, Man City were in talks with Ronaldo's agent, George Mendes, but Man City pulled out of the race. The reason Man City went in for Ronaldo, though, is because they know they couldn't get Kane, because obviously Kane is staying at Tottenham. Cristiano Ronaldo did very well in his first spell at Man United. You know, he scored 118 goals in 292 games in all competitions. And he won 3 Premier League titles. He won the Champions League, he won the FA Cup, 2 League Cups and the FIFA Club World Cup. Ronaldo endured 6 years in his first spell at Man United, when we first got him, we paid £12 million for him from Sporting Lisbon back in 2003. Then sold him to Real Madrid in 2009 for 80 million. He enjoyed like 10 years with Real Madrid, so he was a long-serving player. And Juventus got him in 2018 for 88 million. He enjoyed 3 years at Juventus. His current contract at Juventus was due to expire next year. By the way, I think Ronaldo is going to be wearing the number 7 shirt. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.